killed it. And,
it sounds like a bluff adder.
No, it wasn't a bluff adder. It was a rat snake. It was about that long, and he tried to come in the house.
Well, you don't kill them.
No, well, I did.
You don't kill them.
He was
They're the
trying
ones
to
that
come
kill.
in the house. He was trying to come in the house.
No, you don't kill them. They kill off the rattlesnakes and stuff.
No,
They kill off the poisonous snakes.
Which one is those?
No, they shoot
That's
them away. Shoot them away and
That's
let
the
them go.
indigo. That's the indigo snakes.
What I'm talking about?
Yes.
Are you talking about what I'm talking about, snake?
Yeah, the indigo snakes eat the bad snakes.
Well, so does the black snake. We got black snakes here that do the same thing.
It's a king snake that kills the rattlesnake.
Yes, king
And
snake
also the
and the
black
indigo.
snake. The black snake and the black racer will also kill off poisonous snakes.
Y'all ever seen the
Yeah.
No, but I've heard of it.
They're bad.
Yeah, I've heard of it.
What are they called?
Court slips.
Oh, I thought you said cornflakes. I was going to say, what?
No.
We ain't talking about eating.
Hey, John, it will chase you and wrap it around you and rip you with its tail.
Well, if it chases me, it's going to chase a fly right up its nostril.
So they say if you turn around and chase it, it'll run off. But I saw one time and they got it.
Black racers do that.
Well, this was court slip. It was about 7 foot, 2 inches long, and it. My friend was digging a stump up with a backhoe. And he got a hold of that backhoe and lifted it and stuff around there and started whipping that backhoe. And he finally killed it with the backhoe, but they are mean. They are mean.
They can be.
Yeah, they'll whip you with that tail.
Yeah, I know a black racer. They'll chase you, and then if you stop and run at them, they'll run. But when you run back the other way, they'll chase you again.
All right.
They do in Georgia, I tell you that much.
Yeah, but the indigo,
there, I don't mess with them.
The indigos are a protected species. The black racers and the king snakes all eat venomous snakes and chase them out of the area.
Well, the torch whip is on the endangered species too, and the eastern rattlesnake is endangered too here in Alabama.
The only one I killed down here is the one I killed a couple of years ago, and that's the eastern diamondback.
Yeah. When I was I was watching a YouTube video. It was a documentary. I think about maybe not even a week ago. It was right after the show we did last week, and I just wanted to sit up and watch something. So I was watching the Bigfoot documentary, and it shows where this I think it was a U.S. What was it? A Marine outside of Mono Lake area. Up by Inyo County, where they had it's called a Marine military. I'm trying to think what it is. It's where they have those. You go out and you have the field testing, war testing, all this stuff where you're shooting each other with blanks.
Maneuvers.
Yeah, maneuvers. And this guy in the comments, the guy in the comments said he saw what he thought was a guy wearing a camouflage suit until he walked up a little bit more closer to it. And he said what he saw was not a guy in a camouflage suit, that it was a creature, and he froze right there, dead in his tracks. He was afraid. He didn't want to move or nothing. And the creature just looked at him and walked off.
Well, you mean a ghillie suit?
Yeah, he thought it was a guy in a ghillie suit, and he said it was not a guy in a ghillie suit. It was actually a creature, and he froze dead solid, and he didn't move until the thing walked away.
Well, my son, he was stationed at Fort Pope, Louisiana, and he trained them out. What he did was, the guy that was fixing to go overseas, he'd go out there and he'd train them. And he said that they had been many Sasquatch, sightings on that base.
Right.
And they even have a code that when they spotted one that they'll get the code out to don't go in that area.
Huh, that's weird.
Yeah, but my son was telling me about it. And there was a guy, I think his name, his last name was Lightfoot.
Oh, okay.
And his mother and him, they had encountered us. But no, my son, he's witnessed, so he had encounters himself, and he knew what it was, but he's been having encounters, I guess, since 97. But he's military man, retired.
Huh.
But no, they do. They have a lot of sightings over there at Fort Polk, Louisiana. Have y'all ever heard of them?
Yeah, I also have to take a little break here. I wanted to thank Chris for sending me the box. I got a box today in the mail. I wasn't expecting a box. I was expecting just an envelope with a few of these RV trailer rental things in it. And I get this big box. I'm like, what the hell is this? So I opened it up. I got a bag of cantrells, which are an edible mushroom, expensive as hell. And then I got something, Yorba Santas, which are like an herbal type tea for, you can use them for breathing and all this other. It's an herbal. I usually make a tea out of it myself. But
yeah, you just put 3 leaves in a hot water, cup of hot water and let it steep, and you'll be amazed, man. The flavor is just like it. You can drink that all day long, bro.
Yeah, I used to go to the stores and these herbal shops and get some of this Yorba Santa, and I used to get the leaves, soak about 2 or 3 leaves in a thing of boiling water, and I used to hold like a rag over my head and just inhale it through my nose. That even helps unplug your nose and everything.
I thought it was weird, I moved up here, I noticed this one plant growing everywhere, and it just has this strange look about it, like it's almost like when you drive by, it could be hot as hell outside, and you drive right by this stuff, and it looks like it's been sprayed with like some kind of spray, like it almost looks wet.
Yep.
And it's like, it is one of the most resinous plants on the planet, and it has a commercial sweetener, like, companies for sweetening certain drinks and this and that and the other. I didn't know that was, I didn't know until some, one of their locals here said, oh yeah, this is your Sasquatch, man, you can eat it, it's edible, you can drink, and put a couple of leaves, try it. I put a couple of leaves in a hot cup of water and let it steep, and man, I thought, wow, this is fantastic. So I got to send you some of that.
Actually, I used to have a whole cabinet of it, but I drank so much of it that I ran out. So, anybody got any Bigfoot stories?
Anybody?
This is a round table night.
Hey, Darren, you got any questions?
Don't make me get out the can of whip ass.
Well, there was a female Bigfoot came knocking on my door the other night looking for Chris Allen.
Uh-oh.
I don't know. I think it was that one from up on the mountain up there in North Georgia. Don't know where he was at.
I don't
know. I said something. All I know is somewhere in Virginia, and I'm going to Virginia.
I had company all day before yesterday, and everybody talked about Bigfoot.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
They talked about Bigfoot. Let's see, I had some cousins that I hadn't seen since I was a kid. I'm talking about 8 or 9 years old. They came up and they said, I knew this was where you lived. I saw the Bigfoot. Because I've been watching you on Facebook and everything. Because when I was little, I heard something screaming too when they lived up there. And then this dude from Brookwood, Alabama, he came up here with my son yesterday.
To me, that's a mind blower.
Yeah, well, that's all we talked about was Bigfoot, and then and even
that makes for an interesting conversation, though.
yeah, even the service my alternate my generator, whatever. Let's see, retired. He even got to talk about Bigfoot.
Huh.
He believed in Bigfoot, and he said that he was. You know, it was just amazing. I mean, everybody was talking about Bigfoot, so it was real popular yesterday for some reason.
Oh, that's cool. We all need to figure out how every one of us can get together somewhere, do an expedition, and we can all sit around the campfire and Bigfoot stories.
Yep. Yep.
That'd be pretty cool.
Make an hour video of it.
Hey, instead of talking about Bigfoot stories, let's just go out looking for Bigfoot.
Well, we'll do that too, sweetheart. Now, we ain't just gonna sit there. Yeah, we ain't just gonna sit there and tell stories.
Yeah.
That'd be after we come back in.
Yeah.
That's after we come back in and try to put a ghillie suit in somebody and scare the living hell out of somebody.
Somebody might get shot.
Just tell everybody first.
I watched a video yesterday, and it was talking, and he put a scope on it, 30-30. No, it was 30-06, I'm sorry. And shot it in the chest, and it immediately went down. And kids come running out of the woods with cameras. It done killed a damn kid wearing a ghillie suit. They was making a Bigfoot movie.
You know,
and it was in hunting season.
Yeah.
On top of that.
Snake Man was telling me that Angel quit. Knock it off. Excuse me a minute. You guys go ahead and talk amongst yourselves.
Don't go slapping on your girl. She's trying to paint her toenails pretty for you.
Jan, when did that about the kid get killed? Texas.
Anyhow, had
no, I don't know where it was. It was here in the States. You know, I know I did watch one about Bigfoots and all in Sam Houston State Park.
Yeah. And
it was Attack of the Log Throwing Bigfoot at Sam Houston National Forest. And if you haven't seen it, watch it. It's a good one too. Yeah, they say that the ones at Sam Houston are mean.
I tell you,
very aggressive.
I tell you what, I'm trying to think. Snake Man's cousin's on here. He ought to tell you about something he did.
Well, he probably slapped Snake upside his head.
No, I didn't do that.
Well, why not?
I got a really nice Bigfoot costume. It looked pretty realistic. And I had my boys out throwing the football, and had my other cousin in the woods with it. And he threw the ball, and he missed it, and it went over his head and rolled towards the edge of the woods, and it was perfect because he came running out at him and scared the shit out of the boys.
Oh, man.
Yeah, he sent me the video. I was dying.
Don't wear it in the woods in hunting season.
No, hell no.
That could prove to be not a good day.
Nope.
Yeah, no, this is some woods in an HOA subdivision.
HOA subdivision.
Yeah.
Yeah, HOA subdivision. I could just see that one.
It would be my luck if we did it and I dressed up in a suit and we were where you were talking about. Some damn body there in that place would shoot my ass.
Yep. What I was going to say though, I've been kind of like getting into this a lot more over the last 7-8 months, and I've been doing some research. And my struggle right now is that, you know, it seems like nobody's found any bones. And I would think that they would find bones, right? Well,
because they bury their dead.
Well, what I was thinking was something else. There is an animal, and it's a lion or a tiger, I can't remember which one, that will actually dig a hole and bury itself when it knows it's about to die. And that's a proven fact. And I was thinking that some of these Bigfoot may know when it's their time. And the other conclusion I can come with is there's some type of shapeshifter that has some kind of alien DNA in it. That's the two conclusions I can come up with.
Well, I got two theories on it. One is that they bury their dead because we know how human they are. I mean, all the characteristics say that. So they bury their dead, not in a 6-foot grave, but they do bury their dead and stack rocks on them and stuff to keep, predators and humans from finding them.
Yeah, and the rocks are pretty good size.
The other theory I have is that, and I've always backed this, is that I think they can dimension walk. And if one dies and they pick it up, they take it into another dimension and bury it.
Yeah, I think Jan said he ate crow once or something like that.
No. A crow will be on, what was it? I'd never been zapped, but I know that they could zap you, but I'd never been zapped, but I got my ass zapped. And that was
I think
something else.
Serious than we know.
Well, here's the thing, too, is, Darren, you said something about you never find bones. Well, they found a grave or a thing of bones buried in Texas. Remember that, you guys?
I think.
Not right off, I don't.
Was that the one? Was that the one where TB was at that found bones buried in the ground or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know about that one.
We're talking TB. That was fake. There's no sense even talking about it.
No, because I was out there and I seen it for myself. It's just outside of Paris.
Anything that man's got his name attached to, I will not believe.
I know, but I was there when they dug it up.
Yeah, but he could have been shit. I don't trust that guy.
Yeah.
Now, I know at noon in Georgia, when I was living there with my second wife, we was living across the street from the sheriff's department in Noonan. And somebody had found on Happy Valley Circle, they had a bunch of Bigfoot sightings up there for years that we've done investigations on, was in the newspaper there and all. But somebody found an arm from the shoulder down, covered with hair, with a human-type hand. And it was turned into the sheriff's office, and it was in the paper. It was turned into the sheriff's office, and they were sending it off to the Georgia Bureau of Investigation to have it analyzed and checked.
Wasn't that something like 10, 20 years ago, something like that?
Oh, that was back in the 80s.
Yeah, 30.
Or the late 80s.
Yeah, I heard about something like that, but they couldn't figure out what it was.
No,
Let me guess.
They snuffed it out. They never, after they sent it off, nothing else was ever said about it.
Yeah, I was going to say, I bet it probably came up missing.
It did? I would love to be able to get into the basement of the Smithsonian Institute.
Oh, you know they got a lot of hidden stuff.
Oh, you got Bigfoots there, too. One of the videos I watched was, this guy used to work for the Smithsonian and stuff. He was a big guy. And he was like, you would not believe what they have in the basement under the Smithsonian.
Well, look at it this way. They got, the Panamint Mountains, which is east of where Chris is at. They found mummies in caves and giant red-haired mummy-looking creatures that they found, and the Smithsonian Institute got them and hid them underneath their basement and stuff, and nobody knows anything. And I agree with you. I bet anything they got a lot of stuff buried in their basement somewhere.
Yeah.
Or for that matter, they got a lot of bones in their closet.
Well, I told you, if you remember, it was between me and you. It was probably 8 years ago.
Yeah.
When I was growing up, there was a family that my brother was real close to with their kids and stuff, my oldest brother. And their family went camping, or the father and the two sons went camping. And during the night, they heard a baby crying.
Yeah, and it was a Bigfoot.
And they went and went toward where the sound was, and they saw a female nursing an offspring, a little baby.
Yeah.
and the male came out, and they supposedly shot and killed the male, and she ran off with the kid, and they took the body to the Decatur Museum of Science.
Yep, I remember that.
And they went back the next day to look at it, and the curator of the museum told them, "I'm going to let you see it. This it totally disappeared."
See it. I'm going to let y'all see it only one time.
That it's not sitting up there.
And then after one time, it vanishes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know where it is, more than likely sitting up under the Smithsonian.
Yep, I wouldn't doubt
Wouldn't
it.
it make the paper or the news?
No.
Do what now?
He asked would it make the paper or the news? I said no.
Yeah, I don't know if it did or not. We're talking back in the 60s. Now, I know back in the 60s, the roads with his neck broke.
Yeah.
And there was huge human-like footprints that had walked around it. They said it had and circles around it. And there was hair all over the place. And after that hit the paper, Lion Country Safari shut down the business.
Oh, wow.
I knew
I remember. I remember Lion Country Safari. They had a incident where the boy and his father went in the car to look at the animals, and he wanted a picture of the lion. So, excuse me, Daddy got out and he was taking pictures, and the little boy closed and locked the doors.
Oh, none. Yeah, no, I'm lagging. I'm doing. I'm not up to par yet. You know, I mean.
Well, it's not just your fault.
Yeah.
Before yesterday, you had shit before.
Yeah.
I think you're talking to somebody else.
And what was funny is when the kid got the dad out of the car, they had one of the other people behind them saw what was going on and called the game warden. Game warden came out and they had to tranquilize the lions and get the dad back into his car.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it. But that sounds like Renda when me and Jeff and Renda was up in Standing Stone, and that one did that distress call.
Oh, I remember that.
And that big one way off in the bottom started raising hell, and he was, every time he yelled, he was coming, you could tell he was louder and closer.
Yeah.
And it scared Renda to death. She jumped in the truck, locked me and Jeff on the outside. Said, y'all want to sit out there and get killed? That's up to y'all. We couldn't have got in the truck if we wanted to.
No, that was a Bigfoot encounter that Jan and I forgot what his name was. They had a
Jeff Teagle.
Yeah, and
Chattahoochee Bigfoot.
They were out, and Jan sent me not a video, but a sound recording of it, and he said something. Now I'm trying to look for the damn thing. He's got me really going now.
Well, we went down it. Went down this dirt road up there.
I found it
to a cul-de-sac, and they had a red gate up for some reason. When something wasn't right, they would put red gates up where you couldn't go past, and you wasn't even supposed to walk past them. And I had started walking back up the road, and Brenda and Jeff were down in the cul-de-sac. And I was about 40 yards from them, and this thing cut loose. They said about 40, 50 yards on the other side of them from me, and it sounded like this dude was in my hip pocket.
Yeah.
It was that loud.
Matter of fact, this is it right here.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, I know.
Walking up the road. One of the many roads.
One of the many roads.
Yesterday we had some sounds, but we're in a different. We're in a different area. The what? What direction? No, I didn't hear it up here. No, I didn't hear it. What?
That was my dumbass.
Brenda and Jeff heard a growl back off the other way. Probably, I don't know, they're probably about 40 yards from me now. I didn't hear it. I was talking at the same time. Trying to get a response or anything. Get a response back.
What? Holy shit. The hell was that?
That was a brother out there looking for his mother.
And apparently we got too close to him. And it was a young one, I imagine. But man, when he cut loose, I swear, it sounded like he was standing next to me.
I think I heard you peeing in your britches.
No, I didn't pee. I was far enough away.
They have a really good invention they have for adults now. It's called the pins.
The what? Oh, depends. Never mind. I finally got it.
Well, the last time we went up there in 2013, we carried a guy with us. He did a damn radio show. It was supposed to be real big. He was bringing camera crews.
Oh, yeah. I remember you telling me this.
Yeah, and he, the only thing he brought was himself and a little bitty movie camera like we got, and did this set down talk thing up there for his show. And yeah, he wore the pins. I don't know what was wrong with him, but yeah, he wore adult diapers.
Didn't he? Wasn't he the one that started crying or something like that?
Yeah.
I didn't hear about this one.
Well, no. He did start crying at one point. Boy, had tears. You're thinking about the guy from New York.
Yeah.
And that went up on the mountain.
Yeah, one of them went camping or something like that, and he got his heads pinched or squeezed.
Well, it was not the same trip. It was one of the trips up there where.
And the guy thought,
the guy's name was Ryan Peterman.
Yeah, and he thought you thought you guys were screwing with him.
Yeah, he went and got in his little bitty pup tent, and me and Renda and Chris Allen were standing around the campfire. Oh, hell, we were 30 feet from him. And the next...
Lost you.
Yep.
Hello?
Howdy.
Good morning. Being there,
Yeah, you hear now.
he said I was laying there about half asleep. Said I was laying there about half asleep, you know, where you get to that drift off stage.
Right.
And something pushed in on the tent and squeezed his head. He said that he felt 4 fingers and a thumb.
Wow.
And when he opened his eyes and looked up, he saw the tent go back out. And he thought that we were playing a trick. And I'm like, dude, I don't mess with nobody that's got a damn gun in their tent with them.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that was one. But the one that the boy cried was, he was big shot out of New York. Thought he was all that. New Yorkers, man, they just, I don't know about them people. They're different.
Yeah, we know all about New Yorkers, don't we, Giant?
Oh, yeah. We went to New York once and never want to go back. You know the old saying, New York, get a noose. Oh.
Yeah, he came on that trip with us, and well, him and a couple of people that he brought down with him, we did that little expedition up there over the weekend. And I told him, you know, he was like, man, I ain't seen nothing. I'm like, man, give it time. You know, it's still got another day to go. And that night we went out, we split up teams.
Wow.
And Tony took a couple of guys and went up the fire road. And me and Renda and him and his girlfriend went down the fire road. And we got down to the big curve about 100 yards from the camp. And the battery on his camera went dead.
Oh, boy.
And he's like, well, I got another camera, I got another battery, but it's in my damn tent. He said, let me run back and get it. We wasn't that far out of camp, you know. I'm like, okay, well, that's probably cool. And he had Jenny 3 night vision with him. And man, I tell you what, Jenny 3 night vision will turn night to day.
Yep.
And he was going up the downhill, and he was probably about, 30 yards out of camp. And over on the left side of the road in front of a big tree, a Bigfoot was standing there. And he said I guess it surprised him that he could see him once it figured it out. And he said he puffed his chest up real big and leaned forward and then hung to right and was gone.
Huh.
And then he was on the radio. He could even talk. He pulled out the gun that I loaned him and said, I don't remember how to get it out of the holster. That was funny as shit. But when we got up there to him, that boy was bawling like a newborn baby.
I bet that guy that got his head squeezed wasn't going to sleep that night.
I don't know if he did or not.
Well,
I had some pretty brave people up there. I had one guy that wouldn't even stay in camp with us.
This service is provided in high definition by freeconferencecallhd.com. There are 6 participants in the conference. The recording has started. Please announce yourself.
It's not like Mary Catherine to get off early, is it?
No, but I'll tell you what, the internet's playing funny games again.
Get the message from all of us when we wished wife a happy birthday on her birthday, man.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Oh, didn't see nothing. Oh, wow. Hey, Renda. Yeah. All the guys posted something on from the radio show to you on your birthday.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is it?
I don't know. I didn't see it. Snake's telling me about it.
Thank you all.
Yep.
And I totally forgot it. I would have forgot if it wasn't for Julie, so I passed it on.
Thanks, man. Main World Tour. Yeah, she's 77 years old. And
still acts like she's 16.
And yeah, man, I tell you what, she can outdo my ass. And I'm only 63, and she'll walk circles around me in the woods.
Hey, Dan, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
You know how they have, how basically they say we evolved from apes back in the day?
Yeah.
And a lot of people say that we've had alien DNA put into the apes that made the actual human being that made that jump from the missing link. But could Bigfoot possibly have come from like the Anunnaki era, somewhere around in there, you think?
Well, if you believe in the theory of evolution, and I don't, I'm sorry, I just don't. I believe what the Bible tells me. And I sure as hell do not want to be the one that stands before God and calls him a monkey. Yeah, we were created in his image.
No, that's not forget.
I'm not going to say there wasn't early man. And if you believe in the theory of evolution, then yeah, there is a missing link there. And I said it the other week on the show. You know, where this missing link is missing, the one before it, why couldn't it not have branched off and followed us as we progressed forward to where we are now? We evolved, but it didn't evolve.
or it evolved in more of an extravagant way, in a different way. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. But I don't.
Better, because I mean, there's so many reports that say, "Oh, look, we found a human hair in here," and the human hair shouldn't even be there. But if that would make sense, that if it was linked with our DNA, that of course a Bigfoot or a Sasquatch or a swamp ape, they would all have that human hair DNA would be human DNA.
Well, sure it would. Sure it would. And that's what ticks me off about the scientific community. And Stephen knows this, everybody on this show knows this. When you send hair samples in to be analyzed,
Yeah, and it comes back.
always come back and say that it was contaminated at some point in time by humans. Because they found human in it.
Or it comes back and they come back with the old saying,
Human DNA in it.
yeah, it says inconclusive.
And that's what I'm saying. I strongly believe, after all the research I've been doing, and I'm a pretty smart guy, not trying to brag or anything, but seriously, I'm pretty.
Hell, I'm a pretty dumb guy. I ain't trying to.
and I mean, it only makes sense that the DNA that they keep calling human is the Sasquatch's DNA.
Yeah,
You know,
precisely.
and they
Well,
found
you know-
those giant bones. You know, those giant bones that they found were found to be human, but who knows if they weren't Bigfoot bones back in. I mean, this was thousands of years ago. They discovered these bones, and they were giant, but like they were 8 foot, 9 foot tall bones.
Right, you're talking about something like Gigantopithecus.
Nephilim.
You're talking about something like
I don't know
Giganto.
if that's what it was or not.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Nephilims were fallen angels that came down to earth, took human form, and made it with the women here.
Well, you
supposedly found bones of them. And
you got to also understand they had they had the creature out there called the
theory, but I mean, some of those bones were found being 8 and 9 foot tall, and they have human DNA. You know,
we also got to
I'm
understand.
putting most of it together to make it
Well,
make sense.
Well, if you look at your human characteristics and your animal characteristics of a Sasquatch, the human characteristics outweigh it by about a country mile. You know,
Yeah.
if you say animal characteristics, well, what do you have? It's covered with hair, and it lives in the woods.
Well, not only that.
It's like the
Not-
bearded woman. It's the bearded woman, for example.
Yeah.
Well, that's just
It's a freak.
it's genes. It's genes. It's genes that cause that. Yeah.
It's Billy Jean in the pork company.
It just has a different genetic structure. Then it would make sense that it just didn't have that hair loss that we do, or that you know, that displacement of the pigments that need the hair.
Right.
You know, that's what I'm thinking. And I think they're super intelligent because
Well, they are.
I mean, they have to be to
Well,
to get away with what they get away with. They have to be higher intelligent. They can't be like some dumb monkey in the middle of the woods.
Right. And this was a part of one of the videos I watched the other night. I was trying to tell y'all about a few minutes ago, and a part of that was what you were just talking about, is the intelligence factor.
Yeah.
And they are extremely intelligent, and they have forethought. They plan what they're going to do. A gorilla, a monkey does not do that. They do not have forethought.
Yeah, they're reacting.
So that puts it into what? Another characteristics of being some type of human. I think it's a human hybrid. Well, I think it's a human hybrid myself. Well, yeah, compassion. The kid that it found lost in the woods, picked it up, carried it, and left it
Protected
where they could, and protected it, and kept it safe, and took it to where they had already searched several times, and put him there so they could find him.
Yep.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, you-
some of these testimonies of them being very careful with people, and I mean, you can tell these people are being honest, man. They're not just trying to bullshit or get on 5 minutes of fame. They're being real.
Right.
They saw this thing. This thing showed them compassion. I mean, to do that, you know, I mean, my little dog don't show compassion sometimes. You know.
Well, yeah, I hear that. I got two of them that don't sometimes.
Look at that one that followed me out of the woods. It
Well, for
didn't
top
hurt
of the
him like that.
But yeah. Like Snake, when it followed him out, it could have ripped him to pieces. He would have never known. Yeah, and he would have never, and he would have never known what hit him.
What'd you say,
But
Dan?
all it was, do what?
No,
I said
my whole family never that was true.
He's Snake Man. Snake Man. He said he was being.
No, I don't doubt that it didn't happen. I mean, things like that do happen. You know, I mean, I've had them as close as 25 feet to me.
Snake.
I always believe, Jan, is that they choose the person that they want to see them.
You said a mouthful.
I think, like I said the other week, I think that honestly, with the intelligence that they have, they can see our auras. And your aura will tell them what type of person you are.
That's right, Snake Man. So watch out.
Person, if you're a peaceful person, if you're a loving person, you know, you have different colors of auras.
Well,
And
I
if
was
you're
in the
bad-
woods with a gun,
Well, I carry a gun all the time, and I
but I
see
was hunting. I was shooting animals, and it's so considered to me peaceful.
Well, here's the thing, Snake Man. Here's the thing, Snake Man.
You know, always on there for food.
Yeah,
It's
you
Snake,
went out there hunting for him.
Snake Man.
The closest I've ever gotten one. I mean, an arm's length away is pretty damn close.
Yeah, well, you got to look.
Well, yeah, but you're gonna reach out and touch him. Yeah, that's pretty damn close.
I feel like it felt to me it was like an Abbott and Costello movie, you know, where they're looking for the monster, and the monster's right behind them.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what I've always wanted to do, and I know it sounds stupid, but
Oh,
you're out in the woods, and one of these step out, and you take your gun, whatever you got, and you place it on the ground, and show that you're not a threat, and sit down, and him come and sit down too, and you try to communicate.
Muted.
But I think one day that will happen. They do have speech. You know, I told y'all that a few minutes ago. I can't find that damn video. I'll find it and have it for you next week. But you know, the guy said they do have speech. They have syllables and certain things they look for that humans have that apes don't.
You know, the trick to it, Jan, the trick to it is learning their speech, learning what different words mean, and using it that way.
Yeah, that's why it's a samurai talk. That's what me and Renda heard that morning right behind our trailer up in Franklin, Georgia. You know, it talked in reverse. It's what it sounded like.
I believe that if somebody could crack that code of their language, the samurai talk, and then we could learn it somehow and maybe communicate that way,
Well,
we get some kind of result.
You know, once the government is forced to come out without a doubt and say, yes, they do exist, then you're going to get your studies going where scientists are going to start paying attention, and you're going to have studies where they get one and they try this community, you know, to break the communication gap. You know, hell, if we can break codes from other countries that, you know, that they swear can't be broke, but we can break them, decipher them. Well, why wouldn't we be able to decipher that?
Yeah, I wonder how would you see what happened if the government got a hold of one
Because
they've already got them.
Sasquatch, you know, I mean, that Sasquatch is going to be killed. There's no doubt.
Oh, yeah, first one is going to be dissected.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. See what makes them tick.
You know what?
But I fully, well, you know what? When I first started out doing this in 1968, my main objective was to find the proof, to prove that they existed, so laws could be passed to protect them.
Yeah.
And here I am 50 some odd years later, I think, going on 55 years now. And they are a people.
Mm-hmm.
And they don't bother anybody. They're curious as hell, but they don't kill people. They want to be left alone. Leave them alone. Just leave them alone and let them do their thing.
It's a wonder, though, that they're still somewhat trusting with us. I mean, with all the humans that try to shoot at them and the ones that get killed by humans.
But that's when they get pissed off. The people don't understand why they get pissed off and get aggressive. Because they were shot at. Or they were shot and hit.
Yeah.
You know, you got your peaceful encounters that happen, and you have your aggressive ones, and you hear about these bluff charges and stuff. Well, what has somebody before you done to them that's caused them to do that?
Yep.
Somebody had to do something. Or this thing might have a damn toothache. It might have a headache. His butt might be itching. You know, I mean, we don't know.
Yeah.
Something has triggered it. If you go back into the Indian days, back in the 1800s, you know, you got all kind of folklore and legend and stuff in Indian religions. And these guys didn't just sit around smoking peyote and making up tales. You know, what they said was true. What they said was true. And, you know, they wasn't a bunch of dumbasses.
No.
So, you know, you can get so far deep into this. I mean, I could talk about this stuff for hours.
Yeah.
He could, too. Seriously.
Do
Well,
what?
I know. That's why
I think you could, too.
I know you seem to be the most educated one. Not no offense towards anybody else, but you seem to have the deepest depth of background. You and Giant, you know, out of any. But if it was about snakes, I'd obviously be talking to my cousin, which he knows a lot about. Sasquatch too. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
You know, I love listening.
I understand what you're saying.
Yeah. You know.
I mean, yeah. You know what? I got more experience than anybody in here. Yeah. Yeah. That's the fact. Everybody knows it, but it doesn't make me an expert.
But I got the experience when it comes to the wild critters.
But you got right. Everybody brings to the table, and that's what I love about putting a team together. Everybody brings to the table their specialty and what they do.
Mm-hmm.
And as you put it all to work, then you have a fine old machine, and it works.
Right.
But you get somebody in there that, you know, claims that don't produce and whatever, and now you're putting grit in them wheels. And it's not going to work. So, yeah, I mean, everybody in here that talks every week, man, I mean, these people are not dumbasses. And I am never, ever above learning. Yeah, I can honestly say, in 54 years of doing this, I have never seen a Bigfoot go to all fours. I have not.
I have.
So, but I haven't. Hear what I'm saying? In 54 years, I haven't. The one
Unmuted.
and it was well over 14, man. I stopped counting at 14. And every one of them that I've seen walked erect, just like me and you.
I tell you what, Snake Man, I know why you're looking at him on all fours.
It's going to happen.
Well, and it might. Okay, my other question is this. Go back to 1967, Patterson footage.
Yeah.
She was scared. She went from a 47-inch stride from heel strike to toe strike with a 47-inch stride. When she turned and looked back toward Patterson and then turned and continued forward, she stretched from a 47-inch stride to a 64-inch stride. So she became scared. Why did she not go to all fours? She just casually walked the hell off. I mean, that's what don't make sense to me. And none of this stuff. If you go back in history, you know, and from the 1800s and bring it up to now, you know, the Falkminster in the 70s and all, nothing was ever said. Period. About seeing these things on all four. This stuff came around
1980.
Around 2000.
Yeah.
Well, here's a question for you. Have you ever thought that maybe it might be one of the Squatch's camouflage techniques?
Yeah.
They ride on two legs and drop to all four and disappears.
Yeah.
Or it could be a one-off.
I'm not saying that it can't. I'm not saying it can't, but to me, something that can go bipedal, it's built for that bipedal motion. Things that walk erect are built for walking erect. They're not built for bipedal. Listen to me. They're not built for bipedal locomotion.
Nope.
Okay.
So how do you take a 10 or 12 foot or an 8 foot tall Bigfoot that weighs 700 to 1,100 pounds that's walking straight up and down like me and you do, and we're supposed to be the only upright walking people, period, on the planet.
Unless it's a dog man.
Yeah, we got Bigfoot here.
You don't believe that they can go down to all fours?
I didn't say that. I did not say that.
And the same aspect, hold on, wait a minute. And the same aspect, you said too that you didn't believe in dog-faced Bigfoot either.
No, I didn't. Until I got a picture of them and seen them myself in Tennessee.
Yep.
I ate a bucket of damn crow on that one.
How do you know
I will probably eat a bucket of crow on this one. But yeah, well, you're right. Different species. That could be it. Different traits in the species that allows it to do it. Do they have the stamina to do it? Of course they do. These damn things probably should take 50 people at one time. You know, with their strength and all, and their build that they have in their upper bodies. So they do have the stamina, but it just don't make sense to me. You got two legs, run. Because if you go to all four, you ain't getting no faster.
I wouldn't want to piss off anything that could snap a pine tree with just one arm.
Well, of course. Yeah, that's like walking up to a Bigfoot, or a Bigfoot walks up to you and you shoot him with a damn 22.
Yeah, right.
You know, he's gonna swat you like a tomato.
He's gonna look at you and scratch his. He's gonna look at you and scratch his head like, "What the hell is your problem?"
Giant.
Yeah.
Earth to Mars. Mars, this is the Earth calling. He probably stepped away. Well, we might have run everybody off.
What? What?
The point is that it is a living being, and that's the way I look at it. It's a living being that God put on this earth.
Okay.
This service is provided in high definition by freeconferencecallhd.com. There are 4 participants in the conference. The recording has started. Please announce yourself.
Yes, you can.
What'd you say?
I said that your mama dresses you funny.
And I said Snake Man has a thing for Bigfoot. That's why he's looking at him on all 4.
Well, hell, we all have a
Here's
thing.
Shorty.
We all have a thing for Bigfoot.
Yeah,
He's
but
got a bigger thing for us.
yeah, but what Snake's looking for and what we do are two different things, and I'm going to stay to that two different thing.
Hey. Hey, Giant, I want to give a Snake Man safety report. Is that okay?
You can do whatever you want to please your good little heart.
Hey, Snake. Hey, Snake.
Yeah.
Give your cousin my phone number if you want to.
Uh-oh.
And I also need you to send me your phone number again. Because I had to change phones. I lost all my numbers in the other phone because I got pissed off at it and slammed it in the floor.
Yeah,
Okay.
the other phone he had just wouldn't act right.
It didn't act right. And the one I got now is starting to act as stupid as it did.
Yeah, well.
Okay.
But I'm not going to slam this one. But anyway, go ahead, Snake.
Okay, safety tip for all squatchers that are out there, whether they're expert or beginner. This is the snake season. The snakes are coming out of hibernation. They are moving. And the ones you don't see are the ones that you got to worry about. And another thing, the
And if
gators
you're
are
in Florida, it's alligator season.
Yeah, exactly.
they're
Or
mating.
Louisiana.
Yes, they're mating
Georgia.
season. Yeah.
Yeah. They're out
Gotta
right
watch.
now. They're moving.
And to all the movie stars,
Use.
and to
You know
all,
what I say? You know what I say to everybody? Use common sense.
Don't be like me.
yeah, like all the movie stars out there that own the alligators with your little dog leashes. If you want your gators watched, just get a hold of Snake Man. He's good at just about everything you can think of.
Yeah, I heard that.
Here, Fido.
They gonna make a purse out of it. Hey, Snake, I need an alligator wallet, by the way.
He would be a new skateboard for me. Surfboard.
Yeah, it'd be one hell of a surfboard.
I tell you what, though, you didn't see the one I sent Giant, did you, about the gator that was walking through downtown Florida?
No, probably not.
No, this is a gator walking downtown Florida, snarling at all the traffic.
All the what?
Snarling at all the
He's on the
traffic.
interstate.
Oh. Okay.
And he's a good sized boy, too.
Yeah.
Until it comes
see
face to
an
face with a
alligator
Mack truck.
skateboard.
Hey, Snake Man.
Yeah.
Hey, Snake, you can kill you a small one and make your alligator skateboard and put his tail off the back of it up in the air so it don't drag the ground. And you can mount his head to the front.
Hell no. You know what I was going to do?
That would be a cool alligator skateboard.
I wouldn't kill him. I'd just saddle him and ride him.
Okay, stupid. Go ahead.
I feel sorry for you're not.
What kind of flowers do you like? So I know what to put. Well, I know what to get you. I will order from overseas a special black rose and put on your coffin.
Hey, Snake Man.
let's see.
Snake Man.
What?
I got one.
What?
I got one little thing for you. I feel sorry for your.
Okay.
I feel sorry for your balls.
Yeah, I heard that.
No, but you got to remember, I was raised around them.
What, alligator balls?
No, alligators.
The snake man, the alligator gonad man.
Hey, just lose during graduation.
But the thing is, we got to go back and be realistic here. That's what you used to do.
I still do it. I've got a brace. Matter of fact, yeah, that's right. You never got the update.
What, they give you a bag already?
No, they have. Excuse me. They took them out of my leg and they made a copy of my leg, and they're making me a special brace, and I can wear boots with it.
and I can get back to trapping again.
Okay. That's cool.
But
You can never run very damn fast, but I can see you would look like Chester on Gunsmoke.
Actually, I don't run.
I don't either. I'm too old to run, too old to fight. I'll just shoot you and get it over with.
I'll just get my cousin there to give me a hand. He can be the distraction.
Yeah,
Because,
right.
that's like these people that shoot them and stuff. And I'm telling you, man, if you're ever in that situation,
Run
and to me, not with a dam. I'm talking with a Bigfoot. Yeah, run zigzag. I want to watch this one.
No.
They make a Jack Link's commercial out of you.
Yep.
What
Yep.
you do is you run and get behind Jan.
Well, all you got to do is run faster than me. And I'm not going to run in the first place with this COPD, so I just got to stand and fight. But what I'm saying, if you were in that situation that you had to shoot, I would go with two options, depending on what size caliber gun you had.
9mm.
Shoot him in the head. Don't shoot him in the body. Shoot him in the head.
Yeah, I forgot to.
All your shots to the head. Because if you shut that power plant down, nothing else is going to work.
Maybe
with a 45, depending on how big he is, I might try to blow his kneecaps out first.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to be probably upgrading my 9mm.
You may get your 45, somebody's got some damn knockdown power.
Well, I'm going to get a gun like my dad had. It was a Ruger Red Hawk.
Yeah.
A pistol.
Yeah.
Yeah, a pistol. That's like Tony got that 500 Magnum. He was so proud of it. I only held 5 bullets. And I'm like, Tony, if something goes down, you're going to shoot the ground, you're going to shoot trees, and you're going to be out of ammo. The only thing that'd be on your side is if one of them trees you shot fell over and hit the damn Bigfoot.
Hey, cousin, he doesn't know my shooting, does he?
Now, you're a damn good shot, but then again, if it comes to push the pull,
Not if you're under pressure. There's a difference between being able to shoot good and how you perform under pressure.
Yeah,
It's a whole different animal.
I tell you,
Targets don't shoot back at you.
I tell you what, you go ahead and you use your little pistol. I'll just go ahead and get myself a 58 caliber.
But see, like you were saying with pressure, keep in mind, dealing with snakes and alligators for a living, that's enough pressure right there, don't you think?
Yeah.
Well, that's like I told these people here where I live in the park. Oh, we got alligators when we first moved in. I'm like, well, I'm going to tell you, if one of them damn alligators have to come ever come up toward me or toward one of my dogs, you're going to be able to still flower to him.
Yeah.
Because that 45 is going to blow holes in his ass. I don't care with this little bitty spot on the top of his head. I'm going to be blowing shit off of him.
Yeah. But see, the thing is,
that's going to stop it.
I can catch them without going to jail. Like you shooting them, going to jail.
Well, no, not if it's coming toward me. I'm protecting myself from my animals.
Yeah.
That's totally different. Just going out and seeing one and shooting it, yeah, your butt's going to go to jail.
Of course it is.
But I'm talking about something in a threatening manner. That's like a Bigfoot. Everybody talks about, well, I'm afraid to kill it because if I did, if they prove it to be human, I can be charged with murder.
Yeah.
When technically you couldn't because it was something that never existed to begin with. Get out, Bailey.
Yeah, because they keep coming off the wall saying, oh, it doesn't exist. Well, then if I shoot it, I can't get in trouble because by your own words, it doesn't exist.
I shot a mythological creature.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, that, man, you can get so deep with that stuff. You really can.
Yeah.
You really can. And it's never ending. It's just never ending. Man, we ran everybody off, didn't we?
Whatever.
We ran Chris off.
Oh, Chris is still there.
I'm here. I just had the mute button on because I was at the door making a lot of noise.
Oh, okay.
I'm still here.
Brenda still wants that hamburger.
That's right. It's actually, you know what's funny? That's what's going down tonight. I'm doing it again. Like
Hamburger.
it must just be like once a week thing. Like clockwork. I go, okay, we haven't had burgers for a week.
Well, don't sit and think we're ever just going to talk on the radio. There's some things going down right now, and if they don't go the right way, maybe in the next month we might be Arizona residents again. So,
Oh, wow.
yeah, so I'll have to put Stephen. Well, we'd have to stay with Stephen for a month because they take our money just to get out there.
Yeah.
But, you know, and then find a place to live. So, but it might come to it, you know.
Yeah.
It's really looking that way right now.
Now, you guys are in Georgia, right?
Well, I'm in Florida. I'm from Georgia.